Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome back to the Minecraft 2025 Let's Play Adventure, where today I am up here farming some gunpowder, not because we need gunpowder, but because I need XP desperately in order to repair Silky, as well as a couple of my other tools. But I figured that while we were up here, we would go ahead and get a couple of other things done at the same time. For example, I've got this dried ghast that I need to undry. So I'm going to stick him in there, and that should take about 20 minutes. We'll be patient. I don't know if he actually needs to be that far under. Hopefully he just pops back out. I don't think I should have put him there, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe that was a bad decision. Can I just, pick him back up? Stick him here, maybe? You notice how when he was down there, he was in like a bubble or something weird? Yeah, I don't know about that. We're going to leave him there. And the reason we need him is because our current dried ghast is a big fella. And we can't get him through a nether portal unless we build a bigger nether portal. And we need to get a dried ghast on the roof of the nether, because I think that is going to help with our project that we're working on there to build a ziggurat. So we're going to pop this guy up, get him hydrated, but small, get him with a lead, guide him to yonder portal there, and then take him into the roof of the nether. If it all goes downhill and it doesn't work out properly... Oh, shoot. There we go. What we're going to end up probably doing is just building a bigger portal, I guess. One bigger one here, one bigger one there. I guess we could have a portal up here. I think it's far enough away from all of our other portals. They're all kind of like over there. Seems ridiculous to have one up here. I don't know what the purpose would be. But we could have a portal here, just a big one. Fly him through, or we could just build this. You know what? I've wanted to build something at the world build height limit. It's not necessarily one of our goals at the end of the year, but just having something, because we currently have 2 floating islands around the place. We've got that one over there, which is the lowest one, and then we've got this one here, and it's like, well, it feels like we need one more. It feels like we need one more kind of over there a little bit, right? If we have a look at the map of the world, one here, one like over here, creating like a triangle centered up on the iron farm for some reason. It wasn't thought out in advance. Alternatively, we could put one over here centered on the bees. I don't know. Or you just stick it over here or over here. It could just be like right here, but much, much higher. I just think another flying island is in order. Maybe it is a giant island with a giant portal. I don't know. What I'd rather do is wait the 20 minutes. Hopefully by then I'll have all of my tools repaired. That guy will pop out of there and be ready to go. Affix a lead to him. Can I lead him while flying? It's occurred to me now that getting him over there might be a bit of a trick. I don't know how long it takes for them to grow to full size. I know that you can feed them snowballs to speed the process up, and also we can do some fishing. That's right. Have we ever actually done this yet? I know that we can have our sword in our offhand and kill things with the sword. Or no, with the fishing rod in our offhand and our sword in our main hand. I'm gonna just do some fishing. It's been a while since I've gone fishing. We've got this whole fishing grotto set up here. It's not really a grotto by any definition, but it's a peaceful way to earn some passive XP. I mean, it's not passive, it's fully active. This is what I'm gonna be doing for the next 20 minutes. Just waiting on that to fill up while I fish leather out of this pond. How do fish get up here? How does leather get up here? Birds. Birds collect things from the ground and fly up here to the island, and they try building nests and putting the things in the nests. And instead, they fall into this pond, and now we've got a healthy school of fish down there, as well as of cows, sea cows. Yeah, manatees. There's manatees in there. That's where the leather's coming from. Supple leather you get from manatees. So I've been recording for 21.5 minutes. I don't know how long I was going before I put the dried ghast in the water. I don't think it was very long. What I do know is that I now have all of my tools repaired, and I have a nice little selection. Look, I got 26 cod, 9 salmon, a few puffer fish, some leather. Things are going well. Got quite a few gunpowders in here. Just waiting on this guy. Also, I think I figured something out. I've often wondered why at night I don't get attacked here. But there have been times where I've just stood next to this thing and then walked away, mowed my lawn, especially during the summer, came back, killed a bunch of creepers, walked away, and I was like, why don't I get attacked, after I've been here for a week in-game? Why don't I get attacked by the sky demons? And then it occurred to me, they must not come after you if you are indoors, right? We've never had them spawn while we were in the house, and we're not indoors right now. However, we are also not underneath the sky. We are underneath the egg. That must be the reason for it. That is not a mechanic, I guess, that I really... I mean, I must, on some level, have known, like, oh yeah, these guys don't spawn, you know, during the night when I'm inside or underground. I have to go outside for them to spawn. But it's just never really... Oh, look, there he is. Okay, good. Hey, buddy. Let's go. I gotta jump down here, and you've got to go with me. Oh, you're so cute! Okay, come on. Can we glide? Is this going to work? Yeah. I mean, it might break at some point, but so far it's going well. Okay, we don't want to go too crazy, though. We don't want to go too crazy. We don't want to accidentally lose him, so let's not gain too much speed, and let's make sure that we are... Goodness me, I can't even see the island. Okay. Here we go. Perfect. Come on down here, buddy. I promise you're gonna love this place. It's your natural environment where you're going here. Come on through. Come on through. Go through the portal, bud. Go through the portal. Come on, you've almost done it. I think he did it. Nice. Okay, let's go through it and make sure he's there. And then we've got to come back here. I've got to make another harness or saddle for him. You look at a guy! Okay, don't go anywhere. Don't do anything crazy up here, man. This place is up. Actually, this place is kind of chill. These days, there's not a lot of monsters anymore. The iron golems have kind of scattered to the four winds. You know what? I don't know if I want to leave him here, because it's just occurred to me that he might float back through the portal. So let's lead him, like, over here, maybe. And just kind of, like, we don't have anywhere to attach his lead. But he shouldn't drift too far from where we leave him if he's anything like the big one. So you just wait there. I'm gonna go get some snowballs for you and a saddle. Just stay. There he is. Stay there, cutie fella, cutie little guy. Cutie fella, cutie little guy. Neither of those are things that anyone's ever said before. Neither of them make any sense. Oh! I forgot! We needed to check on the progress of all of our rods over here and see how they're progressing. Oh ho! Interesting! Well, it was working its way from this side over, but it looks like the ones in the middle now have already transformed, and these are actually holding out a little bit better. Okay, all of these have transformed exactly the way we kind of expected them to, and it looks like they probably beat out everything else. So yeah, you want to have a good, at least 4 block space between them. None of these have gone. That is funny. Have we found, like, the optimal orientation to prevent them from just naturally weathering and oxidizing this weird pattern? What about under the water? Under the sea? Yeah, they're kind of in a similar pattern down here, but vertically as opposed to horizontally, and it's still just this one. So I think we have determined that if we want all of these to change, I'm going to leave them all here except for these. I'm going to go ahead and take these with me because they're more or less where we want them to be. But we're going to leave the rest of them. Kind of let the experience continue. Let the experiment, I should say, continue. And, here comes the sun. We'll go ahead and collect these. They're all fully oxidized, right? I didn't check on that one. I wasn't weathered. Yeah, fully oxidized. Cool. Well, we've got a general idea now of the best course of action. And we didn't take any damage to our pickaxe doing that. I was going to say, like, it's going to suck because, you know, we've gone through all of this effort to restore it, and then immediately, start of the episode, it's broken again. But, I mean, that's going to happen. It's going to happen eventually. So remember, where we wanted to use these, where we were trying to use these, was up here. So let's plop them down, just kind of see how we feel about it. I mean, I do kind of like that. As much as just regular iron, maybe not, but I do kind of like it. And I'm going to place these down out here, just kind of randomly. That'll get the job done. All right, now we need the big old gas saddle. What is it called? Hold on, I saw it right there. It's the, harness. Yeah, harness. Huh. I think I called it a harness earlier, didn't I? And I was just surprisingly correct about that. So we got a blue one here in the overworld, and I'm thinking in the nether, we either go red for netherrack, or orange for lava, or yellow for fire. This is my rationale. Or you could go green for all of the... Actually... I was going to say, green for all of the moss that we've got there. That's not the worst idea, but I think we will go There's not a lot of netherrack up there, nor is there a lot of fire, nor is there a lot of lava yet. We might add those things, you know, now that we're thinking about it. Be cool to have big old fields of burning fire. Oh my gosh, a field of burning netherrack. That could be fun. You gotta stop moving around down here, little guy. You're freaking me out, man. Anyway, the base recipe is just leather, glass, and a wool. And we've already got a leather that we got from fishing, so we just need a couple more. And then glass and wool will both be over here. And I'll tell you what, I'm not going down to the basement to collect more wool. The basement under the barn, I should say. So whatever we have in here, we're gonna have to go with. Tell you what, we'll do red. I mean, the thing is, if we decide to change the color later, we absolutely can. I still don't have a name for this guy, so he's gonna be yet another unnamed individual. It's only just occurred to me that I should probably leave all of the fish behind, because I don't need a bunch of fish in the nether. So salmon and cod can be cooked up, so they'll go inside of there. Pufferfish are in here, but they're not really used for food. They're just used in potions, so we could probably relocate our pufferfish collection over here, and it would make more sense. And then finally, we need to get ourselves some snowballs. We're not going to go crazy with it. You know, we'll do a stack plus 6, and just see how quickly we can speed up the growth process. We will probably build a giant portal at some point, just in case we ever want to bring our new fella back home. But I definitely don't want to leave him there forever, because that's just kind of a sad way to live one's life. Although, again, it is his natural environment. He's probably happier here than the other one we've got. So that gets us down to 16, 14, 13, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Not quite. Hold on, let's just keep going. Let's just force feed him. There you go, buddy. 1 minute and 46 seconds remaining. We should have just brought more. But, yeah, you know, each subsequent one provides a little bit less time. Should we have brought some moss block with us to place down while we waited? Would that have been a good idea? If we leave now, by the time we get back, he'll be done. So it's almost a waste of time. You know what? We can fly. I was gonna say I don't want to use the rocket, but we can run a lot faster than I think this guy can fly. So we can go ahead and start just like gliding over to where we know we're gonna want him. Anyway, near the ziggurat, and we're not taking the road because the road is not built sensibly. Because the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. And that's not what we built. We're on the road now. We're following the road. Come along, fella. Gassed in the sky. I can fly twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. Gassed in the nether. That's just dumb. That didn't really mean anything. You should be very critical of that in the comments section down below. He's going to grow and we're not going to see it happen because we're facing the wrong direction at this point. How much longer you got? 8 seconds? We're close enough. Come here. Technically, we can keep him on the lead. It's fine. He'll just balloon up in size. There he is. Get back down here. Don't be getting any ideas here, buddy. There we go. Ha ha ha! Onward! Don't get in any hurry, though. It is one of the worst forms of travel. If they would give us some way to boost his speed and make him a little speedier, that would be swell. Like, maybe I could enchant his harness with, like, movement augmentation of some kind. Mojang? Please? Dear heavens. The absolute... Oh, that looks weird over there. I mean, that's just where it hasn't rendered in properly. So there's massive gaping holes. It looks intriguing. Makes you wonder what the nether would look like without the roof. That's interesting. That is very... Look, you can see down into the world. That is so odd. It's not interesting when it happens in the overworld because who cares? But you don't typically get to see the nether like that. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to actually leave you there. Sorry, my bad. I forgot about how to control you. This is where we need you, though. Because this is where we're going to start building our great ziggurat. I think we've already decided that the top of this thing, kind of how we've built it, is how it's going to be. And we're not going to change it any. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you right here for the time being. And just don't fly away too far now, okay? I know listen to who I'm talking to. He's going to get out of here as soon as he can. He's booking it. He's boogieing. Now we've got to kind of determine how we're going to build this thing. What is it going to look like? What is the overall shape going to be? I don't know. You'd like to think I would know, wouldn't you? But I have no clue. let's head downstairs and we're going to grab the, not the grindstone, there it is, the stone cutter. We're going to take it up top for a little bit, because it seems to make more sense to me to do that down here. We will kill these guys occasionally, because it is a lot of XP we could be collecting here. Plop that sucker down. Okay. What I'm trying to figure out here is, stairs, right? Let's say we make some stairs. Let's get to cutting. What kind of stairs? Do we want them to be smooth? Or do we want them to be polished brick? We definitely don't want them to be regular. I'm thinking brick, probably. That feels right for a ziggurat to me. Yeah. We're locking that in, even though the top of this thing is all smooth. You can't convert them back. We're locked in. This is what it has to be now. Do we want it to be an odd or an even number of blocks at the top? Because that's going to determine how wide the base of the ziggurat is. Or I guess the base of the stairs. Is it going to be by 3, by 2, by 4? I guess we're going to do by 4, because we're sort of using this as the center, and it's very square. The whole thing is quite square indeed. So, for better or worse, this is going to be an odd, or an even number of blocks. So, this is going to go, ooh, not like that. That's bad. Okay. It's going to go like this. And that's going to be the stairs that go all the way down. Now, the thing with the ziggurat is that it has tiers. So it goes down a bit, and then has a bit of a landing. And then goes down a bit and has a bit of a landing. I've got to check our height up here to determine where those are going to take place, because I don't know yet. But that's kind of where the stairs are going to be and how they're going to manifest. So our present height is 199. Interesting. But the floor is not 0. So we're actually going to have to Oh, I don't know why that gave me such a horrible feeling in my stomach. It's not real. So we're going from 199 to 128. So that's 71. So we could do them every 23.66 blocks. Well, let's say we do 25 and then 25, and then the last tier is only 21, which makes sense because it's the smaller one up at the top. Right? Does that make sense to everyone at home? So what we want to do is hop back on this guy. That's not what I meant to do. Oh, gosh. I don't want to lose that lead. Where did it go? Darn it. Where is the lead? Darn. Hold on. Wait, was that it? Hold on. Did it? Oh, I think I saw. I don't know what I saw. Is there a lead down here? Come here. Let's not do that again. Okay, buddy. Okay. What I need you to do... Oh, jeez. That's right. We're going to have to, like... I thought this was going to make it so much easier. But now that I'm on him, I'm realizing that he's going to be a bit of a bear. So we've got to basically stop... I gotta get under the stairs, is what I need to do, so I can do that. Is that what we're doing? All the way down? And remember, the inside's gonna be hollow. It's either that, or we put full-size blocks under the stairs. Which we could also do. But I'm just, like, trying to figure out here. So we do that. We come back around underneath. We can't get close enough to the structure, is the problem. No, there we go. Kinda. This is not... You know what, Mojang? I've got a better idea. You know, I understand you don't want to make the game too easy, and I respect that. I really do. But this should work more like Creative Flight, right? Okay, where shift lowers him and space makes him go up. That's how this should control. Fix the controls, Mojang! What I was going to say, though, is I would trade this happy gas. This is a relatively early game thing. We should have a late game thing that is a piece of kit, a piece of jewelry that you can build, maybe, where... Oh, hold on. It's just occurred to me. The ground, the ziggurat doesn't start at 70. It starts at 70... Or it doesn't start at 71. It starts... It's gonna be... It starts a block above, where the road is. So instead of 128, it'll be 129, meaning 70 blocks. 70 divided by 3 is 23.333, which means our numbers aren't that different. So not really worth sort of interrupting the flow of conversation. The ghast is fine, but like the one thing that makes building in vanilla Minecraft in survival a challenge is the inability to fly. Now, I don't think flying should be cheap and easy. I would take a late game item that you have to kill a gosh darn warden for, with a 1 in 100 chance that it drops, that you have to feed nether stars into to unlock, I don't know, half an hour of creative-like flight. And I would do that. I would kill 100 wardens to get this item, and I would feed it the gosh darn nether stars in order to get creative flight, because it would make building that much easier. And no, I'm not just going to go into creative. Okay? For me, the challenge should be in, like, can you come up with the idea, and can you collect the resources? The challenge should not be, can you tolerate trying to fly around on the back of a ghast whose controls are leave you feeling aghast? How about that? I've lost track of how far we've gone. Where are we at? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on, buddy. You stay there. And I'll tell you what, if Java players had the same sort of broken abilities that Bedrock players have to place blocks out in front of them in the direction they're facing, I mean, that would make building slightly easier. Now, I find that to be appalling, but I take it. I don't even know how to count this. We're just going to go down 20 some odd, okay? And then we're going to go down another 20 some odd, and then the base is going to be bigger than the other 2 tiers because to heck with it. So, 7, 8. We've gone 8 blocks. 10. I'm getting into a good little rhythm here. That's 11. Kind of do the little circles going ever so slightly down. 12. Alright, staircase is finished. Now we need to have the sort of landing, and I think that's going to be made out of... Ooh, it's hard to say. Do we do smooth, or do we do bricks? All y'all need to die. I think we want to go with varying different types of block. So we want to go with smooth when we get to these sorts of landings. So the landing's going to be here, and it's going to go out maybe 3 blocks before the next staircase begins, and it's going to go another, 23 blocks. I think I'm about to run out of stairs. Yes, okay. Stay here, little guy. So with this will be 23 blocks. So that's 23, the second tier is 23, and the last tier will be 24-ish, depending on kind of where the base actually starts. But there you go. So we have our second landing, which is going to be slightly wider still. So that one up there was 3 blocks. This one's going to be, I was going to say 4 or maybe 5. Does it need to be bigger? Is that how big ziggurats are? Do they get more, like they get more narrow towards the top? I don't know if the different floors are different sizes though. That might be a bit much. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's just say it's also 3. And then obviously we're collecting each and every single one of these because we're not letting them go to waste. Might as well go ahead and make some more stairs as well, because we do have some left over. Oh, no, we've got plenty. I mean, it's not enough. Well, hold on. No, we only have 24 more blocks to go. It's 4 wide, though. Oh, yeah, no, we have plenty. At least for over here. You might think, Reese, why didn't you just do the math? Leave me alone. Be looking up a picture of a ziggurat here in a minute. Make sure that what I've got in my mind is correct. I mean, at the end of the day, what I've got in my mind is what we're going to build. But maybe we ought to stop calling it a ziggurat if I'm not picturing them correctly. Or maybe we like what we see in photos of ancient ziggurats and we change design. I don't know yet. Once this is done, we only have to do this 3 more times. Joy. We're getting close to the ground now. We can only go so much lower. I don't think he's going to clip through the roof of the Nether. So we're probably going to have to hop off his back and do this, you know, on our own 2 feet. He's been a real champ, though. I would not have done this without him. No, I would have. I just would have used an unbelievable number of... Yeah, no, we've reached the bottom. An unbelievable number of scaffoldings, you know, and it would have been a bit of a nightmare. It would have taken a lot longer and been much more frustrating. So at that point, we're basically coming level with the ground and... I guess the base of it, which is going to be here. Also 3 wide, all the way around, probably. Yeah, so we ended up having just enough. Perfect. Look, everyone. It's a bit of a ziggurat. Kind of. Sort of. It's just a wonky staircase at the moment. Alright, I'm looking up pictures of ancient ziggurats, and first off, let me say, not how I thought it was spelled. Also, not at all what we're building. Just definitively not. They are not, they are multiple, like, we're kind of close for a couple of them. Some of the ones I'm looking at here, like ancient Mesopotamia, what is this? Ziggurats, bridging heavens and earth in ancient Mesopotamia. That one is close, but what they have is it's the different tiers, and then there's the 4 staircases, and they're perfectly straight up. they don't have the breaks in them, which is kind of like what I wish we did now, is have the 4 staircases be perfect, and then you have the different tiers kind of going up. I like that a bit more. Raising the question now then of, was all of this a waste of time? Am I about to undo it? Am I about to break all of this so that we can have a perfectly smooth staircase all the way down? Yes. Boom. It's a single staircase now. Isn't it lovely? Isn't she lovely? Now we have to figure out what goes up along the sides. And I'm looking once again at pictures of ziggurats, and I think it's got to be something like this, basically, is the design aesthetic here. Something like that, all the way up. Oh boy, that's going to be fun for me. Wait a minute, this is going to be a great time. Ah! Okay, well, I got a little cocky there. If you're wondering, like, shouldn't these go all the way down? Maybe. Thing is, the base of it's gonna start up here and kind of go up in sort of segments, right? And yeah, I don't know yet. What I'm trying to say is these might not need to go all the way to the ground, especially if the goal is to keep the inside of this thing hollow for future use. I don't know what exactly. The worst thing about this process is knowing that even when I'm done, I've got to do it at least 3 more times. And even then, it won't be done because we have to build the rest of it. It's a process is what it is. And sometimes you just got to be down for the process. Oh heavens, you scared me. I did not expect you to be there for some reason. There's another one further down I can see as well. So we're going to have to cap these off with something. I don't know what. We'll have to... I guess we could do slabs. That would be fine. Oh, ducking and dodging. Ducking and dodging. Okay. I was trying to get that timed with the music. Yeah, it doesn't really look much different than the last time I revealed it, does it? Welcome to the top of my ziggurat. At least, can you imagine if this is how historically ziggurats were built? Like, alright, we've got the bit floating in the sky up there for the sacrifices. Now we just gotta connect it back up to the ground. Shouldn't take long. I think we've got this sorted. Don't worry about it. This has to be done because I'm not going to be dealing with skeletons around here. So it's going to bump all of this up slightly, but honestly, it's not going to be all that different from what I'm looking at in these pictures. Also, we're definitely going to need more than a stack, so I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, we know we need, what, 71 on both sides? Isn't that what we calculated? Or 70 some odd? Alright, no more mob spawns. Now there's just this one guy left to deal with. There it is. So what it's going to be is it's going to be that exact thing there, except it's going to be going down all 4 sides. And then essentially along the base, there will be little bits that go up, and then back, and then up, and then back. And it's always slightly receded from the staircase itself. How long is that going to take me? I don't know. I've been at this for over just about 2 hours. Granted, a lot of that was I had to stop, and, you know, we had to figure things out. We had to get our ghast buddy grown and all of that, so that was all a bit of a process. But, you know, so it's hard to say necessarily that that's indicative of how long it's going to take each side. We had to take part of it back down because we decided to redesign. So obviously that's not really comparable at all. Get out of here. Comparable's not the right word, but you know what I'm trying to say here. Also, we got to work basalt into all of this somehow. What am I doing with basalt? We've got polish, but you can also create smooth, which looks pretty cool, but maybe the floor of it in the basement will be built out of that. Or just like in here, polished basalt, I like the look of. Something like that, you know? It kind of looks weird when you place them next to each other is my only concern. So maybe, like, they look like the trunks of very weird trees, don't they? We could build some like custom trees using these. That's what they look like. So I actually think I've changed my mind there. I don't think we will be using polished basalt on this at all, which means I'm going to spend so much more time now harvesting more blackstone. Some more of that, and probably some of these as well. I don't know if we need a full stack of them, but maybe like 16 of them. I can find some interesting uses for those. Not necessarily interested in starting to build the base until all of the stairs are done, But what I kind of thought about was, you know, we have the stairs here, and then maybe that's our first tier right there, like that. And it goes up higher. Except, I've kind of built this like this, but it's not. It's going to be hollow. So it's going to be just like an L shape like that. And then that's going to go the full span of this place, all the way around. And then it repeats. And we have sort of the same basic principle. And we'll come back in and we'll add some like slabs to the top, and we'll have some of these pieces here that go maybe on these corners. Yeah, like that. And then obviously these gotta go up here to prevent things from spawning. So we end up with a design kind of like that, all the way up. And all the way around as well. I'm starting to really like this. It's so simple. There's nothing extravagant about it. It's nothing special. It's not something that you've never seen built on, you know, 1,000 other channels and built better on dozens more. But I'm just glad to see that the idea that I had in my head is kind of taking shape and is actually working. That was my concern. I was like, I've kind of got a picture in my head. But is it going to look, you know, anything like this at all? Oftentimes, I'll have an idea in my head, and it just doesn't really take shape the way I want. And I'm like, oh, now we're just kind of stuck with this. You know what? The church and the library are both kind of up there, where they're just kind of super basic buildings, where what I had in my head was a little bit different, and it didn't quite pan out. And this is going to be super basic, but I like it. I like the way that this is shaping up. So this will just go up like that back there. Perfect. Just like that. Just like that. And part of me wonders if we ought not go ahead and break these and replace them with the smooth stairs. Now, I don't think we have any smooth stairs. We have brick stairs. And there's currently brick back there. So it's not like that's gonna... Yeah, we could do that. But might be nice to have a different block type. These are the sort of things you want to sort out and get right as you go. You don't want to be going back and redoing that. And I think that that is, in fact, the correct course of action right there. Yeah, I think that's good. And then the undersides... we can still do the bricks. I've added another layer. And it's just going to be that. And it's just going to be repeating all the way up. And it's going to take ages. And I'm not going to keep doing it like this because it's going to make much more sense. Wow, hello, Beacon. Nice to see you there every so often. What's going to make a lot more sense is if we just wait until the whole thing is done. And then we can just go layer by layer all the way around in giant rings. You know, doing one piece at a time until we're done. Kind of like this, right? Where you just... You pick the layer, you know that it's going to be exactly the same all the way across, and so you just go. We're going to need so much more blackstone. Ugh. But that's it, right there. That's the start of the ziggurat. Trying to get like a really good thumbnail. That's it right there with his face in it. Until next time, thank you folks for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Bye!